Hi guys, and welcome to Bajerski Crystal channel. How are you all doing? It's a beautiful day today. Just sat here in Ubud Valley, in one of the most beautiful places to eat and to have breakfast in the morning. All around is organic farm, so basically all the produce that you eat, it comes directly from here, the soil, all non-GMO. It's a beautiful place. I'll put the link probably at the bottom here so you can see it for yourself and see the menu. It's all real food, it really is. Amazing stuff. So today's a great day. Again, another few people have sent me a mail. There's butterflies everywhere, guys, so it's just so beautiful. Yeah, I got a few messages about a week ago, and then a few days later, and then now this morning another 3 more messages. When I get 3 together, I normally take notice and do a video. Today's crystal we're going to talk about is not just one crystal but 2 crystals. And what I did was, when I first began this journey of healing, I was introduced to one of the most beautiful crystals that I've ever felt in my life. Nothing else really comes close to the feeling of Moldavite. And it was really interesting because as I was working with Moldavite, my vibration, my energy, my whole being raised, and I became more aware, I became more powerful. And that sounds really egoistic, but it isn't, because powerful doesn't mean your power, but the power that runs through you. So it means that you're more open to allowing that universal energy flow through you, which means that you are healing on a greater level. There is something with this though. When I was giving healing sessions and I was using Moldavite every day for months and months, I realized that the healing process of my clients was also growing, expanding. So what we were doing was cleansing and clearing such deep rooted issues that people were starting to say, you know, you should go and see that guy up in the mountain, he's really doing some good work. And I was doing some good work. It was amazing. I was learning so much, and it was a brilliant part of my life. I was like, every day was like another miracle. I used to go home and say to my family, you just won't believe, and I didn't really tell them too much because it was personal, but I said, you wouldn't believe what's just happened today. You wouldn't believe the transformation in a client after a healing session, and certain things that I was doing on psychic levels as well with Moldavite. What I soon noticed is, even with a beautiful tree that I went to heal, in my room, the energy in there was quite profound. But when you're cleansing and clearing negative energy, blocked energy that's within your client, if the windows aren't open, it can hang around sometimes, and even with that it can hang around the walls. So you have to cleanse a lot. But you imagine working with this new crystal called Moldavite, and all of a sudden now the heightened energy of dirty energy, heavy energy, dark energy is in and around all over us at any given moment. And I realized at that given moment I needed something more powerful, more stronger, to be able to counteract the energy of negativity which the Moldavite was drawing out from clients. And I went on a search to find a crystal, and funnily enough, what popped out from nowhere was a crystal called Tektite. I used to call it Tektite all the time, but it's called Tektite. And I thought, this is again another unusual crystal and not of this world. Moldavite is from out of this world, and so is Tektite. Isn't that interesting, I thought to myself. So I put the Moldavite to one side, and I spent 2 or 3 months working with Tektite to see what this crystal actually does. And I realized that it was actually absorbing negative energy from my clients and from me. And it was fascinating. It does a lot more than that. But its main focus, its main energy, its main purpose is it's an absorber of negative energy. So over the years I wore two then, from then on. I wore a Moldavite and I wore Tektite, and the combination was probably one of the best combinations I've ever worked with as a healer, as somebody who wants to clear deep-rooted issues, somebody who was always in the vicinity or always working around people with very low vibration. I mean, you imagine people coming to you when they're at the worst. A family member's passed away, an animal, a little doggy that they've got's passed away, they've had a huge fight, they've split up from a long-term relationship, and worries and fears of their future. So I was dealing with people like this every day, who wanted to find their happiness and strength, and they wanted to be back to a high level, a very strong, powerful energy. So these two crystals were not only working for my clients, but they were working for me. So I then decided to make a combination of the two. Now, the reason why I made this combination was because I had a big piece of Moldavite in one hand and a big piece of Tektite in the other. Well, as you all know by now, Moldavite, it isn't necessary to have a huge piece. It's not necessary, you just need a little piece. So then I came up with this. I had these made. So you can see here is your Tektite mounted with a clasp mount here, and this has the piece of Moldavite, and by holding it like this, it's amazing. And as you can see, it's on a very, very long string, and the reason why is I realized that working with Tektite, it used to absorb the most negative energy. And where is the most negative energy within our body? Well, if you know anything about any healers and shamans, the most negative energy normally sits in your back, where your liver, where your kidneys are, and then down on your front where your liver is, all around the stomach area. So I always purposely have it hanging down by my belly button, around there, and I just allow it to do its work. As a healer, if I'm healing, I'll hold it in one hand and use the other hand. It absorbs the negative energy at the same time as the Moldavite is actually heightening the energy of healing, of blasting people with amazing power to awaken them in many different ways. So the combination of the two meteorites are incredible. And a lot of people, send me silly messages saying, oh, it's not a crystal, it's not of this world. But it is a crystal, guys. It really is. And it's a very powerful crystal. So, I mean, you all know by now that I'm writing a book. Even now, I'm sat here with somebody, we're writing a book together. I actually put all the 16 years notes together, and now this beautiful editor is sifting through and putting it all into somewhat a digestible manner, so you can read and understand what Moldavite does and how it works with other crystals and all the other things that it's amazing for. So that's it really, guys. I wanted to share this crystal with you again. The bottom line of Tektite and Moldavite combination is that if you are somebody who works in the environment of many people, if you are in a very challenging home environment, if you want to heal yourself and you want to become stronger, you want to become more aware of your life, you want to clear the past as well as past life, if you believe in that, the issues that we hold, that triggers us so we're not getting as angry, and we're recognizing what that anger is and where it comes from. If you want to heal certain sufferings and pains that you've been through with many different understandings of grief, heartbreak, there's so much that if you wear one of these together like this, if you can get a Moldavite and Tektite and put them together and wear them low down on your stomach, I guarantee you you will feel the energy of healing very quickly. Now, I haven't put this on for a few weeks now, and as I speak to you, it's been on most of the morning. What's happening at the moment with this crystal is my back on the left hand side is in pain, and my stomach on the front left hand side is in pain. Now, a lot of people make the mistake that when they're in pain, when they wear a crystal, they think there's something wrong with the crystal. When you're in pain, guys, it's a thermometer stick to say that the crystal is doing its work. So even if you feel at your worst, smile, because you know that the healing process is taking place. When you are cut, the first thing you need to do is apply antiseptic on it, and it burns. And once that burn's gone, then the healing process begins. That is exactly like Moldavite and Tektite together. So you could have a terrible headache for an hour or a day or 2 days or sometimes a week. That happened to me. And you're thinking there's something wrong, when actually the Tektite and Moldavite together is working on something that has probably been there all your life. I've known many people talk about wearing these two pieces together and struggled with their speaking, struggled with their breath, had lots of unusual side effects. And I always smile and say, this is amazing, this is brilliant, tell me more. And they explain to me how they're feeling, and I put all of those 16 years together, and that's why I'm writing this book. Let me tell you guys, the combination of Tektite and Moldavite, if you're a healer, if you're somebody who works in the public arena, if you have a stressful life with any situation, whether that be mentally, physically, emotionally, these two crystals together make a huge difference, and nobody can tell me any different. That is why I made these crystals purposely. I chose the Tektites, the Moldavites, worked on them, and then had them mounted. And I think I'm the first one to do it. So, and there's a reason why, because I know the amazing, positive, long-term effects that this crystal does. So if you get a chance, guys, I don't think I've got many on my website now, so don't blame me. Go and buy yourself a Tektite, which are fairly reasonably priced, as long as you make sure you go to a genuine, and I mean a genuine, crystal shop. Okay, Amazon, eBay, and all these companies, you've got to be careful, guys. You've got to be really careful. Okay, and that's it really. Buy from a reputable dealer. Put them both together and maybe wear them both at the same time and see if I'm right. And if you have experienced Tektite and Moldavite together, please, guys, share it with everybody on here. There's a reason why I leave the comments open, so we can experience other people's experience, and it gives us confidence to know that, hey, maybe this might help with me on this level. So many people have been helped with crystals. Come on, guys, let's share our experience. Don't be frightened. Okay, that's it really. I'm going to head over now to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel and do a video on self-help. And yeah, I guess I'm going to ask Sonia now to probably send you all, I'll ask her to like take a look at maybe 5 people's messages and send you a nice piece, a little chip of Moldavite, the same chip that I started with, same size as I started with, which blew me away when I put it in my hand and on my third eye. So yeah, just put your name down. No, not your name. Let's have a think. What name to write? Grapes. Just write down grapes, and she'll choose through all of your messages. If you've written down grapes anywhere, hopefully she'll choose you today. If you've ever had a piece of Moldavite gifted from me, if you have a piece of Moldavite, don't write grapes, guys, okay? Just for the people who've never received anything. We have so many thousands of people who come on every week or 2 weeks. We have 1,000 or 2,000 people give them a chance today if you've received a crystal from me before. Okay, please be aware that it's nice to share and let other people feel and experience crystals. Okay guys, have a great day from my heart to yours. Take care.